This is Andrea, Twigs.n.Things. I had the pleasure this morning of visiting with a friend, Brooke, who has the most amazing farm stand. She grows everything in her own backyard. It's like a magical garden. And because of her, I have acquired some beautiful hand-picked squash blossoms. I've always wanted to try to make fried squash blossoms that are stuffed with ricotta cheese. I've had them in restaurants. It's one of my favorite dishes, and I'm going to try making them now. So come along for the ride. It's a delicious thing. This is Andrea, Twigs.n.Things. I have mixed in this bowl 3/4 of a cup of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, 1/4 cup of flour, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of water, and 1 egg is going to get mixed into this. So here's my 1 egg and 1/2 cup of water. Okay, so we're going to mix this together, and then this is going to get refrigerated for 15 to 20 minutes while we make the filling for the squash blossoms. So I'm going to just mix this up. This is making a batter because the squash blossoms get dipped into a batter before they are fried. And squash blossoms are traditionally a lovely appetizer. You can dip them into tomato sauce or just eat them plain. They are truly a special treat, and they are definitely seasonal because squash blossoms don't grow all the time. Okay, we're going to put this batter into the refrigerator, and then we're going to start making the filling for our squash blossoms. I'm using 1/2 cup of whole milk ricotta cheese. I'm using 1/4 cup, sorry for the noise, plain yogurt. Then I'm going to use a teaspoon of dried basil. You can use basil, you can use oregano, whatever you prefer. I'm also going to use 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, and I'm going to use a tablespoon of breadcrumbs. Now you can, if you don't want to use the garlic powder, don't use the garlic powder. I know people that are allergic to garlic, so leave out the garlic powder. If you prefer to use dried oregano instead of dried basil, use that. This is a tablespoon of breadcrumbs that I've just put in. Now I'm going to stir this up. And this is going to become our filling for the squash blossoms. This is so lovely and creamy, and when it's fried and the squash blossoms have this beautiful creamy filling inside, oh, it's just heavenly. Here's the star of our show. This is a squash blossom. Isn't that beautiful? Just absolutely a work of art. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the petals ever so slightly, and I'm going to remove the pistil that's in the middle. So what I'm doing here is I'm separating the petals very, very delicately, and I'm taking out the center. That's the part that we're not going to eat. And that leaves the blossom to be stuffed. Can you see that? Here, I'll do another one. I'm separating the petals very, very gently, and I'm removing the center, like so. Oh, there's a little bug in here that we don't need to eat, so we'll have to get this little guy out. All gone. Okay. So in order to stuff them, we just take a little bit of the filling, the ricotta filling, okay? We put it inside of the flour, and we close the leaves up around the filling. Like a little package. Except this package was created in nature. Like so. I'll do another one. Would you believe I found a dead bee in one of these? I don't know how the bee got into the flour, but it must have suffocated there, I guess. I don't know. So I have washed these, washed them out before stuffing them because there were various little bugs in them because they are homegrown. They're from a beautiful living garden. So as you can see, we are stuffing each one. It's really kind of relaxing to do this. And you know, you don't have to worry about the flour, you know, staying intact because you are supposed to pull the petals apart. And obviously this is my first time making this, but I can tell you that once it's dipped in the batter and fried, it's not going to matter how perfect or imperfect it is going to look. So these are just such precious flowers, and I can't tell you how I've always wanted to make these, but it's really hard to find squash blossoms. So I'm really grateful that I spotted them in Brooke's garden today. She grows zucchini, and that's what these are the blossoms of. They're the blossoms of zucchini. So it's amazing that you know, you get zucchini from these beautiful plants. I happen to love zucchini as well and have lots of recipes for zucchini. And here's my last blossom. Looks like I had just the right amount of filling. My hair is blowing because I have a fan on because it's rather warm today, and I don't like to sweat when I'm cooking. Okay, so here our squash blossoms are ready to be dipped into the batter and fried. Okay, I'm going to give this a good coating in this beautiful batter and put them into the hot oil. More of them frying, and then as soon as I feel that they're ready to be turned over, I just flip them over. Okay, I've plated the squash blossoms, and what I'm going to do now is take some fresh lemon and squeeze some of that lemon on top of the squash blossoms, like so. And then I'm going to sprinkle with some Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. There. Okay, we're going to give these squash blossoms a try. I've put some lemon juice on, I put some cheese on, and here we go. Oh. That is so good. Delicate, creamy, just the right amount of seasoning. This is a delicious thing. I hope you give it a try. This is Andrea, Twigs and Things.